Okay. Reminder, everybody, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I got a lot of good content out there. Okay. I got 28,000 followers on my Facebook. That's pretty good, 28,000, huh? Okay. How about Squid? Come on, Squid.
Oh, howdy.
What's happening?
All right. Um, so, um, I just like to concede some things to you first because I think you and I do disagree. There are problems with the current state of like the meat industry and stuff like that. Factory farming is pretty unethical. Um, and I seem to think that's more a problem of capitalism than of the inherent nature of farming. And
Mmm.
I think, um, in general, a less profit focused, more need based system where a more omnivorous diet was promoted would actually be pretty beneficial for the environment in the long run. Um, because crops do tend to crops and what is it like tilling the ground tends to speed up erosion, which can make the soil just unusable. Also, sorry, I'm tired. Oh God. Also, it's a lot currently for like people in food deserts and in general. You're going. It can be a lot more expensive to go vegan, especially for like vitamins like B12 or calcium or iron. You're gonna have to buy supplements or buy very specific foods, and a lot of people just don't have the time if they're like poor and they're
Yeah.
like working two jobs or something. They just don't have the
Okay.
time to cook all this vegan food.
Okay, I just want to take these points one at a time, if that's all right. So you had mentioned like cost and the environment. So the thing is that like a vegan diet can actually be the cheapest diet. So the cheapest foods in the grocery store are rice and pasta, fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, beans, bread, and then right now there's a vegan burger at Burger King that's only $1 more than the regular Whopper. And those
Uh-huh.
and those prices will go down as more people buy these products. This is still the beginning of a movement. So, um, but you don't have to buy vegan burgers if you can't afford them. You can go to Taco Bell and get a rice and bean burrito off the dollar menu. So um, there's all of that, and then so I feel like yeah,
Yeah,
afford.
but
Some people
what I
can't.
was saying here is um, vegan options that provide like omega threes, calcium, vitamin D, B12, or iron
Yeah,
can
yeah.
often be you either have to like take a more expensive supplement you wouldn't be eating otherwise, or you have to prepare or buy pre-made specific
Yeah, I got you.
foods, which take a lot of time.
So there's a lot of vitamins like B12 in fortified vegan foods that you can eat on the go. So there's that, but also
I
a
know.
daily multivitamin is recommended by doctors for everybody, whether you're vegan or not, to ensure that you get all the essential nutrients and minerals and stuff, especially like vitamin D, vitamin B12, and stuff. So everybody should be taking multivitamin for their health. If they can't afford it, like I said, though, a vegan diet can be cheaper than a meat eating diet. So then you could save money to then spend that extra, what, $10 maybe every few months for a bottle of multivitamins. Like that's not really expensive. But if somebody literally cannot afford can't afford this for whatever reason, for if there's a legitimate reason that they can't afford it or they don't have access to plant foods, then they're not our target audience. We're aiming at you. And once
All
you
right.
once you and everybody like you goes vegan, or is forced to go vegan, or forced to eat a plant-based diet, because we eventually get enough people on our side that we change the law. Well,
Uh,
hold on, just let me
I think
finish.
it's
Hold on,
absurd to
hold on.
give the state that much power over people's personal lives,
Okay,
first of
we'll
all.
we'll we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But what I'm saying is that by the time all that happens, vegan food will be more readily available at all these different restaurants and fast food and grocery stores. Like Burger King in the UK has pledged to go have half of their menu is going to be vegan by 2031 in just 10 years. Half of their menu is going to be vegan. They're doing it for the environment, but and like because it makes them look like a good company and stuff. But yeah, they're going to have vegan burgers and vegan chicken and vegan ice cream and stuff. So like so there's just really no issue there. Do you want to now talk about what the title of the debate is, that meat should be illegal and how you ain't got no right to hurt
Yeah.
these little animals?
I don't think. Well, I don't think the state should exist, but that's a whole other ballgame.
The stage?
I
Wait,
don't think the state should have nearly that much.
no, the stage, not the state.
No, no, that's laws, the state, the government.
Yeah, I was talking about
Uh,
this stage though. Do you agree?
Yeah, I know meat should not be illegal because the state shouldn't have that much power over
Oh, the
people.
state. I got you. Okay, there's some confusion there. I
Right.
got you. Okay, well, let me ask you this though. Do you think that kicking dogs should be illegal? Like it is illegal. Do you support that law? Like the dog's not.
You don't get anything out of kicking the dog. There's no benefit.
No, there
to
is.
it.
No. There's a pleasure. Like a guy feels like
Really?
yeah, like dog's not attacking.
Yeah, but it's not.
Wait, hold on.
You
Listen.
don't need
Wait.
to. You don't need to kick dogs to live.
Right,
You need to
exactly.
eat to live.
Yeah, but you don't need to eat animal products to live, right?
Why not? Literally every animal species.
No. I'm talking about
Does
humans.
it?
No, I'm talking about humans.
Okay.
Wait.
We are
Hey, listen.
You've
Hey,
been
you're
over
getting,
this earlier.
dude.
You've been over this
You're getting
earlier.
ahead of yourself, and you need to calm the fuck down, or I'll move you off the stage.
No.
Relax. Just relax, and we can have a good conversation.
Let me finish.
No, we can do
Why?
this, but you got to just chill out for a second, okay? Can we?
This is.
Can we get back to? Can we
You
get
literally
back?
just talk over everyone.
No, you're talking
Yes,
shit. You're talking shit. And we can do this one at a time, but you can't go on to new topics without finishing the first one.
Fine.
And where were we?
Okay. The thing is, stuff like only producing plants for like a plant-based diet. The problem, besides it like eroding soil, depriving it of nutrients, is it's also quite a bit more water expensive.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, here's the problem I'm having right now. We're talking about the environment. A second ago it was health and something before
the
that.
government. The government shouldn't have that much power.
And the government,
over people.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm down to talk about all this. It's just we gotta do them one at a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm glad we got back to zero. Okay, we're good. All right, so okay, the government, yeah, kicking dogs. Okay, here's a hypothetical. There's a dog just chilling, minding their own business, and some guy starts kicking that dog for pleasure. This guy gets the pleasure of feeling like a big tough guy, having dominance over some helpless being. Okay, so he's kicking this dog, and he's getting that kind of pleasure. Now, do you think that it's good that that's illegal? Do you support that law? I do.
Well, here's the thing, right? That is like not a good thing to do. Why? It's like you shouldn't kick dogs because it's like kind of a dick move, but like there's a difference between getting a feeling of power or personal fulfillment out of it and getting nutrients your body needs to survive.
Okay.
They're different things. They're like
Okay.
that's at the bottom of like the hierarchy of needs. It's like food, shelter, stuff like
Sure,
that. And
sure.
that's
We need to talk about health now, okay? Before we talk about ethics, because the ethical argument is going to be very hard to make for you to understand if you think that you have to eat animal products in order to be
I mean,
healthy.
no, not you don't have to, but it is a hell of a lot easier.
Okay, so I need to demonstrate to you now that a vegan diet is nutritionally adequate and actually even more beneficial to your health. So I'm going to do that using science. Because once I clear that up, then you'll see that we have no nutritional requirement for animal products, and therefore we're not killing them for need. We're killing them for pleasure. The taste bud, the convenience of going to any kind of restaurant instead of trying to find the vegan restaurant or trying to find the vegan option at the vegan restaurant or whatever.
I've heard this from you before. You've talked about how vegans have lower levels of like cholesterol and they're in general healthier. I feel like that's more because like correlation and causation, right?
No, because
Um,
these studies factored
I
in.
think
The studies factored in those other things like smoking and exercise and other things like that.
no. Here's the correlation and cause. Vegans are than the like typical person. They're more likely to watch their diet because they're making this conscious decision. So they're more likely to pay more attention to what they're putting in their body. While the average American, I think the study was only in America, if I'm correct, doesn't. And vegans are a lot less likely to say eat fast food or
Yeah,
this.
but they've controlled for those factors in these multiple studies where they
Would you
took.
mind linking that study to me, Dick?
Sure. So
Just put it in page two text.
okay,
Oh,
okay, cool. Yeah, stage two text, and like, there's a bunch of vegan bodybuilders out there and stuff. I don't know if you've seen all that, and like the Game Changers on Netflix. The Game Changers
mhm.
is all about plant-based athletes, like football players and MMA fighters and ultra marathon runners and stuff. So there's that. Here's the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. The sources PubMed
Eh,
and the National Institutes of Health, and this is also supported by the Dietitians of Canada, Australia, Britain, the USDA, the
let me
Mayo
see.
Clinic,
Ibuprofen.
etc. I could go all
Better.
day. And this is saying this is over 100,000 registered dietitians stating
Okay,
clearly
but
that a vegan. Hold on, I want to make sure the rest of the audience hears this. That a vegan diet is nutritionally adequate for all stages of the life cycle, whether you're a baby or an athlete or an elderly person or whatever, and that a vegan diet helps decrease your chances of heart disease, which is the number one killer of humans, as well as certain forms of cancer, etc. So that's that, and then I'll post the study for the Seventh Day Adventists.
is there more of this beyond the abstract?
Yeah, I'm sending you stuff. Don't worry,
Okay,
it's all going to be in
because
stage one text or
it
stage two.
seems like you're sensationalizing the study a bit. It,
Well, this is a
it
meta-analysis. This isn't just one study. This is the conclusion of the major health bodies all across the world, based off of rigorous testing and experimentation and data gathering from researchers all in universities all across the world, etc. Like, this is the mass consensus of experts.
uh, given that that is true, um, I still don't think. Hold on, you gotta scroll into the study.
You might want to look at it later and like join us tomorrow for a more in-depth conversation
Um,
once you've like poured through it. But we can, like, would you be willing to
all right.
like put the health to the side for a second? Because I feel like I've made a compelling case here, but you can also
I
do more research and come to your own conclusions later on that. But
Yeah.
for the sake of argument, can we move forward and just like assume that you had been convinced like that a vegan diet is nutritionally adequate and maybe even better for you than the other diet?
Um,
Okay. Now,
I never said it wasn't nutritionally adequate. There are shortcomings of both diets. As I said, vegan diets can be lacking in nutrients like B12 and
okay,
stuff like that.
but I
Ethyl planting and supplement. Okay,
but I
but
already explained that. I already explained that you can just take a multivitamin like doctors recommend for everyone, and that we're talking about a situation where you can do it. We're not talking about some situation where nobody has access to
yeah, of
multivitamins.
course, I
Okay.
agree. I agree.
Okay. So I want to
What
get to the
I
ethics.
was just restating what I said,
Okay. Cool.
that there are flaws in both systems.
Okay, but
Uh,
there's gonna be more flaws in one system than the other, though, right?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay. Well,
But
I can
let's
prove
leave
it.
the
I can
let's leave
prove
the
it
health let's leave
on.
health aside for
Okay.
now,
Cool.
like you said.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Okay, great. So let's just assume that we both agreed that we were convinced through science that a vegan diet is nutritionally adequate, and that, or whatever else your point was, that it's.
Um,
I'm not trying to misrepresent you. What was the?
I just let's just move on
Okay,
from
okay,
the topic.
okay,
Let's
cool.
move on.
Okay, sorry, there's just some confusion, but okay. So now we're talking about ethics. So in this situation, it would no longer, it would definitely not be necessary to eat animal products for our health. So therefore, we would just be killing and eating animals for the pleasure of the taste, right?
Well, not necessarily.
And
Um,
the convenience of like, it's hard to find a vegan restaurant, but there's regular restaurants everywhere. I
and
get that. Social pressures.
aside from something like factory farming, in the long term, a more sustainable, more like localized system of ranching and cultivation of meat can actually help because you can.
Oh, the
There's
environment.
more like okay, you grazing like land that is good for grazing and land that is good for growing stuff
Mm-hmm.
are just like they're different. They eat
Yeah, I know.
the like and it's you can utilize more land to feed more people. Um, and in simulations run by where is it? Yada yada. Uh, open a new tab. Uh, University of California. So um, if they ran out simulations where different diets were run on like a global scale, and the like omnivorous options both fed more than like the vegan options to an extent. Like I think the absolutism of veganism kind of more. I
No,
think
no,
there's a more humane way to.
hold on. That whole thing was rubbish. Like, no offense to you, but whatever you're talking about there, total rubbish. So I don't know what kind of trickery they're trying to pull over at that place, but I got some statistics and some sources that clearly explain much different situation. Would you like to hear them?
Here is what I've seen
Okay.
on. It's from. Let me link this. Ah, whatever. Oh, yeah, I'll be on a sec. I gotta go, man.
Okay, I'm posting this in stage 2 text. Check this
All right,
out
I'll read
later,
it.
okay? Check it out.
Bye.
Because this is all about the environment. Oh man, he just runs away. I'm sure it was a legitimate reason, but dang, because I was just about to put him in his place with the environment. Dang. All right, I'm gonna read this to you all, okay? About the environment. 70 billion land animals are. I just posted this in stage 2 text, so you can see this, okay? 70 billion land animals are raised, fed, and killed every year across the world for food that we don't need to eat. 70 billion. That's 10 times the human population. The USDA reported that it takes 16 pounds of plants to make 1 pound of beef because the farmer has to feed the cow every day for 18 months to get them up to slaughter weight. That's a 16 to 1 ratio of plants to fucking beef. Okay, the University of Oxford reported that raising animals takes up 75% of our farmland because we have to grow a bunch of crops to feed all these animals. 75% of our farmland would be freed up if we went to plant-based diet. Okay, and then 70% of the deforestation in the Amazon rainforest is for raising cattle for beef. 70% of the deforestation. Okay, because you got to cut down the trees to grow soy to feed to cows to get steak. Okay, National Geographic reported that a vegan diet saves 600 gallons of water per person per day because we have to water all the crops that are fed to the animals and give 70 billion animals water to drink, right? So 600 gallons of water a day per person. Lastly, the United Nations reported that the greenhouse gas emissions coming from raising cattle is more than the entire transportation sector, which includes all cars, trucks, trains, planes, and ships. Mm-hmm. A vegan burger versus a beef burger. The vegan burger uses 99% less water, 93% less land, 90% fewer greenhouse gas emissions, and 46% less energy to create. So, if you care about the environment, stop destroying it by buying meat, dairy, and eggs. Scotch. Come on up, Scotch. Scotch, you got 3 seconds. Ooh, Scotch, you waited for so long just to get kicked off. All right, how about Dr. Seuss? What's up? Come on, get up there. What's up?
Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, hello, Doctor.
Give me like 30 seconds here.
Okay.
All right, there we go. I've been sitting here listening to this whole thing all night, and I've got to say, I really like your energy.
Oh,
man.
thank you. I appreciate it.
But there are things that I disagree with.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh wait, before we ask you for a favor.
Well, it depends on the favor.
Okay, so you see my name, my server name?
Yeah.
Can you erase that, please?
Dr. Seuss lore expert? I don't know.
Yes,
I'm not a moderator, so I don't know if I'm even able to do that. I don't think so.
Okay, well never mind.
Did a moderator do that to you?
Yeah. It's some kind of joke.
Whoa, you must have made somebody mad. Anyways.
Anyway, so like, I've been sitting here and listening to this whole thing, and I've got to say, man,
it's a bunch of bullshit, huh?
It sounds. I'm sorry, but you just sound crazy.
That's cool.
You sound crazier than me.
Okay. Well, I understand because like I hear other people saying crazy stuff, not even related to animal rights. I hear crazy stuff all the time. Like, oof. Yeah, I don't understand some people sometimes, so I feel you. But what did I say that didn't make no sense? Because I can clear that shit up real quick.
Well, I don't know. I'm just here, but I'm just gonna get to my main issue. So my main problem is kind of with your approach of activism.
They changed your name again. Look, they changed your name again. Before you get into it, before you keep criticizing me, somebody changed your name again. Okay, go ahead, man.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Right. I speak for the Carnets.
Right? Okay, go ahead.
But anyway,
STR, go ahead.
I don't agree with your approach to activism whatsoever.
That's okay.
I've sat down and watched your videos on you just like barging into a restaurant and just screaming at people. Like, well, what's up with that, man?
I don't scream at people. I scream in front of them. There's a difference.
But why?
Because the animals deserve it. If you were in a slaughterhouse, you'd want somebody to speak up for you, no?
But I'm not in the slaughterhouse.
What if you were?
I'm in my house.
No, listen. This is how a hypothetical works. All right, in philosophy, it's an if statement, right? Hypothetical. If you were the victim in a slaughterhouse about to be killed, you would probably want people to not participate anymore in the killing of you, and to probably like even rush in there and rescue you.
But like, what makes animal lives matter?
What makes your life matter? You're an animal.
Oh, sir, I take great offense to that. You put me at the same level as a mere piglet?
You're a mammal, No, hey, you're a mammal. We are all animals.
I ain't no pig, though, man.
Did I call you a pig? Man. I didn't call you a pig. If you're not going to have a real discussion, if you're not going to have a real discussion, I'll just move you, okay? I want to have a real conversation. I'm not saying you're exactly the same as a pig, bro. I'm saying you are an animal.
You're getting very angry.
Yeah, because you're filling this whole place with nonsense. Get out of here. Silly ass. Oh, man. Oh, it's so funny, though. Like, I like it when people aggravate me with their bullshit because I laugh at it later. Like, when I'm done being mad at them, I look back and I laugh. So, like, bring the hate. Bring the trolls. Y'all are silly as fuck. L Simp, come on up. Or no, what is it? E Simp? I Simp? I don't know what your name is. Simp. What's up?
Yo, A Simp.
Hey Simp, what's up?
How's it day?
I'm doing good, thank you. I've been on stage for 8 hours, 8.5 hours.
That's painful.
Yeah, I didn't eat any food today, man.
So, I don't know what to say.
That's okay. Like, what do you think about that I haven't eaten any food today? It's 10 p.m. where I live. So I've been awake for like 12 hours, and I haven't eaten any food, and I don't really give a shit because I care more about like talking to you guys about the animals and the slaughterhouses and stuff. I think it's just funny, that I'm willing to sit here and suffer with a hungry belly and volunteer my time for free to do this activism to save some helpless little animals who are no different than little kids, right? While other people are just like feasting on their dead bodies and laughing about it and like shooting them and stuff and laughing at me, and they just can't go, they can't imagine going one meal without hurting an animal, and yet here I am like starving myself. What do you think about all that?
Oh, I don't know. I reckon you should go and take a meal, man.
Yeah, maybe so. This might be why I'm so angry, is I'm hungry. But I went on a 5-day hunger strike back in 2015 for the animals to make sure all my friends knew how serious this was. So I stopped eating for 5 days and got delirious and dizzy and really skinny, and because I was already skinny before I started the hunger strike. But then one of my friends was just like they were desperate to help me because they thought I was gonna die, and so they were like, "Look, I'll go vegan for 2 months. Just eat something." And so I did, and but yeah, I could have gone longer.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
So, would you replace houses for subsistence farming?
What is subsistence farming?
It's farming specifically for only trade. Sorry, for not trade use. It's for only oneself. Like just enough to feed like a family or something.
I don't
And
think I think like in cities especially, like not everybody has the space in their property to grow a garden to feed themselves, so they rely on agriculture.
yeah,
But
but like
yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. You go first. Sorry.
Well, we should, replace animal agriculture with only plant agriculture, and then we should maximize plant agriculture by turning it into veganic farmings or vertical farming. So vertical farming is where it's all indoors. So it's like a skyscraper building going up, and so the plants are
I
stacked.
know what you mean.
Yeah, the plants are stacked on top of each other inside this building, and what that does is it's like way better for the environment. It uses 95% less water than traditional plant farming. You can grow plants all year round because you don't have to worry about, oh, it's winter now or anything, because it's indoors. You can build these buildings in the desert on any kind of soil, so you don't have to worry about the quality of the soil of any area. You just build a building there and grow it, because we're using hydroponic or aeroponic farming. And because it's an enclosed system, no bugs or rodents can get inside the building to get to the plant foods. So we don't have to worry about using pesticides or having to kill those little animals who are trying to find food. So it's just like a win-win for everybody. It produces plant foods twice as fast as traditional plant farming. So this is basically just a greenhouse, vertical farming. Really cool stuff. It's already happening, but we need more of that.
Yeah, I think I had a book somewhere on it. I forgot. It was like an architect person who was doing it.
Yeah, I haven't read that, but like, yeah, I've seen videos where like, a restaurant in the city will have a basement, and they'll turn their basement into a vertical farm where now all the foods that the restaurant serves, they just get from below. They grow it from below them. So there's no transportation costs of having to, go out to the farms out in the rural areas and then bring it back to the cities or any of that. Just go downstairs and pick it up.
Yeah, it's better than sort of houses and whatnot.
Yeah.
How about like eating insects? What's your opinion on that?
Be nice to bugs. They have brains and nervous systems. They feel pain and they're conscious and they want to live. Be nice to bugs. It's kind of hard sometimes because they're tiny and they're everywhere. But avoid stepping on them if you can. But I know I crush insects just walking across the yard. It sucks, but it's just part of the world we live in. But if they come in my house, I just catch and release. Just put them back outside. Unless it's like a serious infestation, where they're like eating me alive while I'm trying to sleep, then I might kill them if I have to. But I'll try other non-violent means first. No need to eat bugs. That's gross, right? Like you can get all the nutrients you need from plants and a multivitamin. So yeah, don't eat bugs.
I'm personally not a vegan, but like I don't agree with slaughterhouses. Like they're just.
Well, why do you support them
Sorry.
then? Well, it sounds like
I,
you that sounds like a contradiction. It sounds like you both do and do not support slaughterhouses.
yeah, no, like money wise, I suppose I do, and like,
Yeah.
but like mentally, I don't.
Yeah. Well, at least mentally you're against it, you know. Your ideology is in the right place. It sounds like you're against animal cruelty. You're just your values are in the right place. Your just actions aren't aligning with your values. So that's all you got to do is realize that you can do it, and it's easy. You just buy something else, and you're strong and you're smart, and the animals really need your help, and so just do it.
I have a question. You don't have to answer it, but like, what country do you live in?
The U.S.
I. Do you know what a Sydney Funweb spider is?
No.
It's pretty big and like it's one of the most poisonous spiders, and like it can pierce leather boots. But like, say that walks into your house, would you kill it?
Catch and release. Like I said, I ain't scared of no spider or whatever this
Yeah.
is. Just put them outside.
It's pretty big. Not gonna lie though.
I ain't scared. Come on, bring it on, man. Look, I do this all the time. Like bugs come in, I'm like, let's go, friend. Let's get you to a better place, cause this ain't it. This is my house.
Do you have like pets or something?
A couple dogs, yeah.
Nice. Dogs are better than cats. You
Yeah,
know?
I agree. That's my speciesism. No, it's just because dogs are objectively better than cats.
Yeah, it's not an opinion. It's more just a fact.
Yup. But just because dogs are better than cats doesn't mean we should hurt cats.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
All right, and that's all I'm saying. You can still think that humans are better than animals, but don't stab animals, okay?
Yeah, yeah, like that should be basic knowledge.
Yeah, but there are a lot of animals who are better than a lot of humans.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can think of some shitty humans, can't you?
a few.
Yeah, compare them to a little puppy dog. Hitler versus a puppy dog.
That dog is easy dubs.
Okay, any last thoughts or questions?
This is off topic. What's your favorite song?
Oh, that's too hard to say. Come on. But I'll sing you a song real quick, just the beginnings of one. This is a song written by my friend John Sackers, a vegan activist, and then I turned it into a metal song. So it's the same lyrics, same everything. It's just metal now. So I hope you like rock and roll because it's about to get rough. Go vegan, go vegan, go! Go vegan, go vegan, go! Go vegan, go vegan, go! Go vegan, motherfucker! Go! There you go.
Alright. I've got something. I was gonna say something. Well, have a good day.
Okay, follow me on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, bye. Okay, Demony? Wait, that's Lemony, isn't it? What are you trying to sneak up here with a different name for, Lemony? You sneaky you. Demony. I gotta talk to all these non-vegans. You already got brainwashed into becoming a vegan. I don't know. I've been up here for like 8 hours. I gotta get these non-vegans up here. I'm sorry, Demony. English Farmer. Let's do this thing. English Farmer, you have 3 seconds. What's up?
Hello.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah, so I noticed you're fucking, whenever a non-vegan makes a point and keeps talking and you want to talk, you start shouting at them and calling them like bullshit and stuff. But they make a good point as well. And I have to say, you are one crazy person, I'm not gonna lie.
For sure.
Yeah. And also the point about how you literally can't just farm land on crops because you are just taking from the land and giving it nothing. So that's why we'll put like sheep in a field or something that's just been farm there, eat everything.
Even if you were right that, and I'm not conceding this point, I'm just saying for the sake of argument, even if you were right that animals were necessary to like, have rotating crops or whatever, like you don't need to kill them. Why do you kill them? You could just use them to like, whatever it is you're talking about with soil and whatever, but you don't have to kill them, but you do. Why?
He studied lots of it.
They're like helping your
Come on.
land. You're saying they're helping your land, and then you kill them in return?
Always more sheep. Always up north.
I don't know if you're cutting out. I can't hear you.
Probably cutting out signals. That's in the middle of nowhere. But yeah.
Okay, so my
I've
point.
been in this quite a few times.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, no, I'd like an answer.
Oh, sorry.
I just want to answer the question if that's all right. Like, why do you kill them? Like when they do you this favor of replenishing the land you're talking about, why do you kill them?
That's what I bred for.
Well, I mean, dude, I could breed you and your family. I could like kidnap you and breed you and your kids for whatever purpose I assigned to you. Is that cool?
Pay for it.
Say go for it.
Everything's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your life. Please don't like it very much, but it's your life.
Okay, so you just gave me permission to murder you and your family, yeah?
Well, don't know how you're gonna get there, but yeah.
Okay, so he just got murdered on Discord. 999, come on up. $9.99, you have 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Ooh, what's up?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Pretty good. What's up?
As a vegan, right? What's your opinion on thinking meat should be illegal?
It should be. I think that if anybody claims to be a vegan and they don't think meat should be illegal, I don't think they should be called a vegan.
Alright, okay, that's a reason. I was gonna ask you to state one, but so what about, okay, obviously a lot of traditions, they mostly have meat, right? Like a lot of foreign countries, right? Like their tradition is mostly meat. Like for a fest or anything like that, it's mostly meat. What's your opinions on that? Okay, if they made meat illegal, how do you think it would impact them?
Yeah, they'll just eat something else. They'll still have fun.
So it like, just because you don't like the fact of
No.
eating animals, you just
No, it's not just because I don't like it. People can do all kinds of stuff that I don't like. I'm not going to get in their way. But if they start stabbing humans or animals, I'm going to get in the way.
where did humans come from?
I'm saying I'm a human rights activist also. Whether it's a human or an animal, I defend them both.
Okay, well, let's talk about. Okay, so let's talk about animals, right? Okay. What about the food chain? What about that?
What about it?
Okay, so obviously, first off, I don't think like I don't know. I don't think vegetables would produce enough vitamins
You're wrong.
and protein. Tell me why. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Sure. Go to stage 2 text, and I appreciate you challenging me to show this to you, because a lot of people will just say, you're lying, and they'll just ignore me and leave.
Nah.
Okay, cool. All right, so
I'm willing to hear you.
nice. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay,
No problem.
so go to stage 2 text, and I will post a picture of some vegan bodybuilders and some statistics from some science. right? So, because I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor, I'm just some dude on the internet, you know? So, we want to ask the scientists, because they've studied this stuff in depth, and they've concluded that everybody can be vegan, plenty of protein and all the nutrients you need. Doctors do recommend that everybody takes a daily multivitamin, whether you're vegan or not, so that you make sure you get all your essential nutrients like vitamin B12 and D and all this stuff. But it's not, a multivitamin is affordable and healthy. So there you go.
Wait, is it alright if I use profanity on here?
Yes.
No TOS, just like, okay. Wait, did you just like have that like in your fucking files or some shit? How do you get that so fast?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm a professional activist here, like I'm trying to save the world, so I take it pretty seriously. I have like 90 tabs open on my Internet Explorer on my phone here at my disposal with different videos and articles ready to go.
That's cool.
Yeah, so here's a movie. Here's a movie called The Game Changers. This is about vegan athletes. So this is on Netflix, but it's also on YouTube. Here's the free movie on YouTube, and this is all about like NFL football players who are vegan, wrestlers, martial artists, tennis players, etc. So Arnold Schwarzenegger is in this movie. He's not vegan, but he's promoting the message of the movie, which is that athletes can have a an enhancement from eating a vegan diet. So you probably might like this movie.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, so back to the culture and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So you want meat to be illegal because you don't like the fact you're a human activist and an animal activist, all right? You don't like the fact of people, I guess, slaughtering animals, and that goes for humans too. That's called murder. But with animals, it's different. First off, I think, I don't know, like they're just if they took down most of the farms with chickens, cows, like so you're saying let them be free,
No.
right?
No, we're not gonna let the farmed animals go off into the wild. They wouldn't be able to protect themselves or find food or anything. They'd die really soon. Because they're domesticated animals, they instead will be transported to animal sanctuaries, or the farm that they're in will be converted into an animal sanctuary where they get to live out their lives happy, safe, and free with friends and good food.
Oh, okay.
And we'll take care of them, like we have people to watch over them.
So you're just gonna breed animals and wait till that whole, I guess, sanctuary you're talking about get filled up with animals? What are you gonna do in the end?
I'm not sure what you mean, but like what we're saying is it's going to be a gradual change over decades. So the next 10, 20, 30 years, you'll start seeing certain cities outlaw animal products and slaughterhouses and stuff, and then other cities and then whole states will do it, and then other states, and then it'll become a federal law across the whole country that we can't do this to animals anymore. So they'll see this change coming. But also, so it's not going to be an overnight change. I wish it would. That's what the animals deserve.
Sorry to interrupt you mid convo, but what about overpopulation? What about that?
Yeah, so the only reason there's so many of these farmed animals in existence is because farmers breed them into existence. So we're saying Stop breeding these animals. So spay and neuter, just like we do with dogs and cats, and don't let them have any kids.
Okay. Again. So you're saying you're like if there's a whole sanctuary in a lot of countries in the world, right? They're committed to making meat illegal, eating meat, obviously. So you're saying they shouldn't breed?
The animals?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, we don't want them breeding anymore because that just brings more lives into existence that we then have to take care of, that we have to feed and give water to, and we don't have the resources to do this. There's already 70 billion land animals on this earth, in farms for food that we don't need to eat. 70 billion every year killed across the world. So, yeah, stop that breeding right away, and then, yeah, why not, right?
Do you think the majority of people in the world will agree with you?
I don't need the majority to agree with me. I just need enough people who are hell bent on changing the system, and that number is growing substantially, and we are taking over. And just like every other social justice movement, whether it's the women's right to vote movement, the civil rights movement, the gay rights movement, the environmental movement, yeah, people are waking up and taking action, and the rest of society is changing.
I respect that. People have their opinions. Some people are homophobic. Some people, I don't know what it's called to hate vegans. But some people like just don't like how do I say this? Communities. Obviously, there's vegans community, LGBTQ plus. There's like different foreigners. There's there's so much different communities, and obviously not everyone's gonna agree, right? But how do you think what impact would it have on everyone, meat eaters that eat meat every single day, that enjoy going to, let's say, Chick-fil-A, right, on a Saturday? Okay, you're ready to go and get a chicken sandwich or whatever you want that contains meat. Okay, do you really think eating vegetables every single day, no meat, nothing different? Like we can't eat dirt, we can't eat bugs. Sure, we can eat bugs, but
You're
what's
silly.
so funny? What's so funny?
You're silly. Okay, no, I understand where you're coming from. Look, we've got vegan chicken. It's super good. I eat it all the time. If I put a blindfold on you, you wouldn't know the difference. Don't worry. Don't be scared.
I would because it's not natural; it's artificial.
You wouldn't know the difference. Technology is really impressive. We have done blind taste tests with meat eaters, and
But what about natural food?
what about it? It's plants. It's just modified to taste and feel and look like meat.
Okay, taste and feel. Okay, do you really think for okay, let's say a guy in fifth grade, for example, okay, he's overweight and he wants to go vegan for a couple months, and while he goes vegan, he doesn't want to eat any meat. He wants to keep it straight, and he eats vegan meat, and it's artificial, by the way. It's not natural. It it would taste like okay. I'm in the eighth grade. Okay, I'm 13.
Okay.
I have hot lunch. Okay, I have hot food. Provided from the school. Are you talking about tofu or just like
No, it's not like
what are you
tofu. No, I mean we should. Yeah, there should be
yeah.
more access to tofu. Tofu is awesome.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
it's really healthy, and it can if you cook it right, it can taste really good. It just absorbs whatever sauce it's in. Okay, but
Mhm.
yeah, I used to be scared of tofu. I'm not anymore. Okay, but no, we're talking about like literally vegan chicken nuggets, vegan burgers, vegan pepperoni, vegan sausage, vegan ice cream that you would not be able to tell the difference. So why hurt
Um.
animals? And yeah, it's artificial, but so what? I mean, it's just plants, and then
So
look. You know, just because something is natural doesn't necessarily mean that it's good. Okay, like I could eat you and say, hey, it's natural. You're made out of meat. Like you got protein in you.
this is what I'm talking about. You're bringing other things into this. I'm talking about animals and animals only.
You're an
If
animal.
you're eating
You're
meat,
no. You're
that's cannibal.
you're an
No, I'm a human.
you're an
I'm a
animal.
human.
You are a human animal. Animals like humans are animals. We are mammals.
Okay, we don't eat each other. That's called murder. That's called cannibalism. We
Yeah,
don't do that.
yeah.
I'm
And
talking about I'm talking
oh,
about real stuff
I
every
know.
single day.
I know.
I'm talking
I'm talking about real stuff
put
too.
put
Hey,
this on animals.
hey, bud.
Put this on
I'm
animals.
talking.
Don't put
Yeah,
this on humans.
yeah. Well, what we need to do is ask the question of what's the difference between humans and animals that justifies having legal protection for humans and a knife in the neck for animals. What's the difference? Tell me. Let's take a pig.
We're
Let's
more
let's
smart.
let
We have more.
Let's say a pig
What?
versus me. A pig versus me. There's going to be differences and similarities, all right? What's the big difference between me and a pig?
Okay, you're obviously more complex. You have hierarchy. You have more in life. Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
I'm smarter, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, cool.
You're more complex than the animal.
Well, I am an
Sure.
animal. Well, hold on. I am an animal.
Yes,
I'm a more complex animal than pigs.
That's why we evolved. We get more. We get more smarter and complex over years.
Okay, so check this out.
That's growth.
Okay, so check this out. Have you ever heard the word ableism?
Nope. What's ableism?
Okay, ableism is kind of like racism and sexism. Ableism is discrimination against someone based on their intelligence level or their physical abilities. So ableism, generally speaking, would be like, you know, oh, this human over here isn't as smart as me. They've got a mental disability, so I'm gonna push them around, right? Yeah, whatever. Okay, so that's ableism. Okay, so that's what you just did for animals. You just used their lower intellect as a reason to hurt them. And so the logical conclusion of your argument is that it is because you're saying that because animals are less intelligent than us, it is okay to stab them. Therefore, because there are humans with mental disabilities who are only as smart as a pig, it is therefore justified to stab those humans too.
Okay. I respect your decision. Okay, on that. Let's say a man with Down syndrome, and okay, let's say a man born with Down syndrome. He gets bullied a lot. He doesn't think he's someone. He doesn't think he's smart. Obviously, he has trouble. Like he has trouble learning. Okay, he has trouble coping with the world. His brain was made different than us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think he's done? Like, oh yeah, you know, I'm dumb. I'm fucking stupid. You know, I'm just gonna end it all. No, he has stuff to live for. He, she, whatever gender he is, they have something to live for.
Yeah.
They do, and they can cope with it.
Yeah, I
Down
agree.
syndrome doesn't mean Down syndrome. Down syndrome, autism, dyslexia, trouble with speech, trouble with like reading, like trouble with anything. Like I'm considered a normal human being. I'm pretty smart, you know. I'm your average human being. I'm your average 13-year-old.
Okay.
You know, they have stuff to live for too.
Exactly.
Animals don't know they're being killed.
Wait a minute. Whoa, hey, wait a minute now. Hold on. You almost had it. You were almost there. Oh man. Okay, we'll get through this. Look, you started out earlier making ableist, you know, comments, and that was really bad, okay, as a justification for hurting animals. But then now you're making good comments against ableism, saying that you do care about people with Down syndrome or whatever, and that they shouldn't be hurt just because they're not as smart as us, and that's what I want to hear, okay? But the thing is I already was talking specifically about not some like person with Down syndrome who you know or whatever. I'm talking about a mentally disabled person who is only as smart as a pig. They are equal in their intelligence. So neither of them will be able to make any like grand plans for the future or contribute to society in any real meaningful ways. But they both feel pain and pleasure. They want to live. They have friends. They enjoy the sun on their back and playing in the field and good food, right? And that's what matters. Their sentience, the fact that they are conscious and able to feel pain. That's what matters. Not what body they're in, not that they have hooves instead of feet or fur instead of skin or this level of intelligence or that level of intelligence. These animals and these mentally disabled people, specifically ones who are only as smart as these animals, okay, who are probably like less intelligent than the mentally disabled, the Down syndrome person you were talking about. I'm talking about more handicapped people.
And
okay,
I didn't only say Down syndrome. Any person with troubles, okay, not as smart as us.
Okay, they all have, whether it's a human or an animal, we all have a future that we're gonna enjoy if nobody gets in the way and murders us. Okay, so we enjoy our lives, and yeah, they enjoy basic stuff, just like a little kid. They, you know, basic stuff. A little kid can't, you know, write a symphony or whatever, or build a building, you know. But we're still nice to little kids because it doesn't matter how smart they are. They want to live, and we don't need to hurt them. So it's the same thing with animals.
Mm-hmm. It also comes to instinct too. I was talking about this. So humans were born to have an instinct to not eat each other. Cannibalism. If do you know if humans eat each other at the rate um animals die and get slaughtered, we would probably fucking die in what?
A week.
Probably three
Oh.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Probably 3 weeks. Considering there's 7 billion people. That's why you don't. There's still a good amount of animals, right? That's why they get breeded. But pigs, like let's say pigs for example, like I don't know, like they're more dirty. Like
Hey,
they need to die because
what? They need to die because they're dirty? Dude.
no,
You
this
need
is
to
what I'm saying,
you
man.
need to check
You're
yourself.
You're
You
not
need to
listening. Hold
no.
on, let me finish.
Okay,
Let me
but
finish,
like
man.
be careful as you proceed because like that's what racists used to say. That's what racist white people used to say about other people of other colors. Oh, they're dirty and so they gotta die. Be careful what you say.
Dude.
Go ahead.
As a professional, you keep comparing things to humans.
I
I get it. I guess we're animals.
And I'm
But-
still trying to get out of you. I'm trying to figure out what the difference is between a human and an animal. As of yet, you have not given me a good reason to stab one and not the other. What is the difference between us?
You didn't let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, we're more clean than them. They're more dirty than us.
What are you talking about? There are people.
Let me
There.
finish,
Listen.
man.
No,
Let
no,
me
no, no,
finish.
no. They're dirty. I get your point. There are humans. There are humans with mental disabilities who are only as smart as a pig, who cannot clean themselves, who have to rely on a caretaker. They shit themselves. They have to have. They live in a diaper. No, I am. They live in a diaper.
No, you're not. I'm giving my reasons, and I'm trying to say in the most nicest way as possible. You keep cutting me off when I try to say the reason, and I can't fucking finish.
Okay, I'm sorry, but just go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, now if you listen for once, you can actually hear what I'm trying to say. All right?
Okay.
Hold on, someone add me. Alright. So I'm not pointing out, like, let's say animals in general. I'm not pointing them out just because they're dirty. We can be dirty too, but we're at the top of the food chain when it comes to intelligence, right?
Dude, I already told you about mentally disabled people like multiple times. We're not.
I'm saying humans
in general. Yeah.
in general.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Humans
yes.
in general.
Yes. Humans in general are the dominant species in that we have the most power and the most intellect. Now, the question is, should we abuse that power that we hold over those who are weaker than us to exploit their vulnerability like a bully picking on a little kid just for pleasure, right? Or should we use our power responsibly to protect those who are at our mercy?
Done?
Yeah.
Alright. So, fuck. Hold on. I forgot what I was going to say. Give me a minute. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's head back. Okay, obviously me trying to give my reasons isn't working. So let's head back.
That's cool.
I'm not saying
That's cool.
I'm not saying I'm losing. I'm saying you're just not letting me.
Oh,
finish.
hey! Wait a second. Because I'm sitting here being quiet, letting you respond, but you don't have an answer, and so now you're trying to dodge. That's what's happening. How about you respond to the question instead of derailing?
Ask me a question.
What was the question I asked? What there was? Let's see. What's the difference between a human and an animal? There was shit. What was the last thing I said? See, you tried to derail and you get me off topic. You mess with my head like that. Little sneaky thing, you.
What?
Answer questions when people ask them, and don't try to change the subject. It's sneaky. Even if you didn't do it on purpose, you gotta stay on topic. If I make a claim, you know that challenges the point you had made, you got to respond to it. But I can't even remember what that was now. So what do you want to talk about?
All right. So going back to what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to you said Fuck, you said something
Oh
about
wait,
animals.
it was humans. Okay, you're talking about humans as a species. Oh yeah, and then I said like, so what? We got more power. It doesn't mean we should hurt those who are below us. What if there's aliens that show up and they're stronger and smarter than us? Should they hurt us just like we hurt animals just because they're now the dominant species, or should they choose to be nice if they can?
Well, to be honest, like something more realistic. I don't fucking know what to do if there's aliens coming.
Okay, well, no, it's a hypothetical. You need to be, the point of a hypothetical in philosophy is to test our moral conclusions, to see what this would look like how it would play out. So imagine, use your imagination, if aliens exist and they come to
Yes.
Earth and like, let's say that we are 50 times smarter than a pig. Let's say these aliens are 50 times smarter than humans. They come here, they start treating us the way we've been treating animals. They enslave us, torture us, kill our babies in front of us, and now they're coming at us with a knife, okay? And they're killing us
Wait,
with...
where did you get torture from? Okay, I know slaughtering, right? Everything has to come to an end. Eventually,
Whoa.
the
First
the
of all...
most aliens.
Oh, man, we're all over the place. Look, you're gonna die someday. That doesn't mean I should kill you today, okay? Also, even if they weren't tortured, it's mean to kill them, even if it's a quick and painless death. But yes, these animals you're eating have been tortured and killed as children. I'll show you the videos.
Alright, man.
Okay, go to stage 2 text.
Oh God.
Okay, everybody go to stage 2 text. I'm posting my video that has 800,000 views and 20,000 comments. And it's called Warning. And the picture here is a little baby pig and their mother. So watch my video Warning on YouTube. It's only 12 minutes. Animals are tortured for meat, milk, and eggs, and killed when they are children. Okay, you can watch that later if you want, so we can keep talking. But, yeah. So aliens, yeah, they got as much right. If you're, yeah. See, here's the funny thing: those aliens who want to eat humans, they've got the right to eat you, because you do that to animals. They don't have the right to eat me, so they're gonna let me go. They're gonna be like, well, the vegans are all nice to the animals, so we'll be nice to the vegans. But you meat eaters, you were mean to the animals, so we're gonna be mean to you. We're gonna, model. The aliens are just gonna model their behavior off of us. How's that? So now they're
Okay,
coming. Now they're
but-
coming for you. Now here's how a hypothetical works. I'm not trying to think about this like as if realistic. Like how would we respond? Like would we fight back or any of this shit? Okay, they're gonna win. They're gonna do with us what they will because they are stronger and smarter. Okay, they are now the dominant creature. So now here's the funny thing: is that 2% of those aliens are vegan aliens, and they're telling the aliens that are killing the humans, "Hey guys, why don't we be nice to the humans? It doesn't matter that they're not part of our group." Right? That they weren't born as aliens. They still feel pain and they want to live, They got families and stuff. They don't mean us any harm. These humans seem pretty chill, Let's just eat these plants instead. But the other aliens are laughing at the vegan aliens, saying, what do you care about these stupid humans for? They're not as smart as us. They're not as developed as us. They're not part of our species. They're others. They're different than us. Who cares about them? Off with their heads, right? And so that's speciesism. That's those aliens, like racism or sexism or ableism, like we were talking about earlier. Those aliens would be discriminating against humans simply because we're not the same species. Just like you're discriminating against animals for not being human, for not being the same species. That is speciesism. Just like racism, sexism, ableism. Speciesism. Nobody gets to control what body they're born into, and there's nothing wrong with being different. So just be nice to everybody.
Alright, so obviously you're right. Okay. Animals don't have any say in this, obviously. But they would be at the top of the food chain. That's just how it would be.
Yeah, but they could choose, just like us. The aliens could choose to just put down the knife. And so can you.
Alright, but they don't have to.
No, they don't. Until the vegan aliens take over and force the other aliens to leave the humans the fuck alone. Just like we're doing, like the animal rights activists are doing, the animal defenders.
Wait, can you repeat that? I was just blocking people.
Yeah,
They keep sending me
yeah,
hate.
yeah. Basically, what I said, bro, is like if you right now, I'm just trying to like educate and motivate you so that you'll change of your own volition because you realize that that's what the animals deserve, right? Justice. But if you don't change, we're gonna force you to eat vegetables and whatever else. You know, like I said, we got vegan burgers and stuff, but you're not gonna have access to animal products anymore real soon. So you better get used to it. But we'd like your help if you're willing join us. You know, it would come a lot sooner if you help us, and the animals need you. But yeah, get on the right side or be left in the history. You know, because the dustbins of history, because we're taking over.
All right. So obviously, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Obviously, you don't like when I change subjects. So okay. So hold on.
That's okay. Whatever you had to say, go for it.
I forgot it. So, do you agree we could switch over back to um, you wanting to have a say in what should be illegal and illegal? Okay, you want to switch over to that? I'd be glad to.
I'm not really sure what you mean, but like
other people taking part in like this day.
I don't know what you mean, but just make your point.
Like, why do you think we should partake in this? Meat should be illegal.
Because the animals want to live just like you do, and we don't need to kill them.
But let's say that's in my everyday meal.
I don't care.
What am I gonna do?
Eat something else. Don't, you know, like, are you gonna be okay? Do you need a tissue? You sound like this is like a life-changing thing that like is gonna ruin your whole experience of the world. Are you gonna be okay?
Nope.
Yeah, you're just gonna eat something else. It's not a big deal. Like, again, we've got rice, pasta, fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, beans, bread, vegan burgers, vegan sausage, vegan chicken, vegan ice cream, vegan whatever you want, vegan cheese. Come on, man, get with the times.
Giving, okay, for an example, like agreeing to LGBTQ plus parties or anti-LGBTQ plus protests, or like I don't have to partake in that. So you're telling me I should, or if you said I should, like I don't even like have to say this, like I have to. So you're saying I should take part in the meat being illegal and support it because animals are being killed.
Yep. And yeah, and I would recommend you care about human rights also. And yeah, go to a march for LGBTQ people like me. I'm bisexual, and I don't like it when people try to kill gay people or not let them marry and stuff like that. So yeah, if there's a pride march, go to it if you want to. It'd be nice to have you back us up.
Yeah. Well, I think we should have this discussion maybe another time because everyone in the audience. I'm sorry for taking up a lot of space.
Nah.
I'll leave. I'll let you guys go up on stage because a lot of people want to.
Oh, it's all good.
I had a great conversation. Goodbye.
Okay, cool. It's nice talking to you, bud. Okay, everybody, join the server. If you want to get up on stage, you have to join the server and get a role. Also, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just click on my face right here, and you'll see a link to my top 20 videos on YouTube. Good stuff. And I got 28,000 followers on Facebook. Pretty cool, huh? All right, Mr. Delay? What's up? Come on up here. Oh, I like that. I like that purple. What's up?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, you've kind of got me just at the wrong time because I'm just about to leave. But
It's
I want to
okay.
quickly say something.
Well, we do these stages. We do these stages every day. If you just want to join us tomorrow, or I might be on stage for another half hour, and then I'll shut it down. So
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll just quickly say, look, I totally agree with a lot of what you're saying. Doesn't mean I agree with all of it, but yeah, I totally agree with a lot of what you're saying. I'm personally not a vegan, but I do understand your opinion on like treating everyone fairly and equally. I do think that there is ways to ethically farm animals and stuff, not necessarily, like especially for animal products, not necessarily their meat, but the things that they can produce, like eggs and milk, and even honey. I like honey is something that I really don't understand why it's banned as a vegan. And I mean, I have bees at my house and they're happy.
I'll post a video real quick for you in stage 2 text if you're able to check it out later on about why vegans don't eat honey.
Yeah, okay, I'll check that out.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that there's a lot of opposition to veganism because there's definitely been some kind of stigma generated around it, and that's a lot to do with the really aggressive way that a lot of people push it.
Yeah.
And I get that that's how you want to. I get that's exactly how you want to do it. But I think personally,
That depends.
for myself,
It depends. Different situations.
yeah. I mean, you may have convinced a few people with it. Personally, for myself, and I know for a lot of other people, like I'm in Australia. There's this chick called Tash. I can't remember what her last name is.
Peterson.
You probably know her.
Vegan booty.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. She went into a KFC in my town, and totally just like poured shit out all over the place. But I mean, I just don't think that's really necessary.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she might think it is. I totally get it. Like she gets all over the news and stuff, and I
Right.
get that. Gets your message across.
You answered your own question.
Yeah, no. I get that. It gets a message out there. But for me personally, I think that would have more pissed people off with vegans than actually convinced them
Yeah, that's okay.
to join the cause.
That's okay. Because it at least gets them to acknowledge that there's an issue. Because otherwise, they just keep living in denial and don't even see animals as victims, and nobody ever challenges them. So I'd much rather somebody get mad at me and even go talk shit about me because I stood on top of their table with a megaphone while they're just trying to eat lunch, dining on the murdered body of some victim, right? I would love for them to go talk shit about me and say, oh, you should have seen this crazy vegan came and disrupted my lunch, because the person they're talking to might be like, hey, well, I just saw a slaughterhouse video on YouTube the other day, and it is pretty messed up what we're doing to animals. And like the vegan said, like, what is the difference?
Yeah.
Like, what is the difference between a dog and a pig? And like, there's vegan athletes. Like, maybe we should stop doing this, right? It generates a discussion, okay? And that's what we need. And then that brings people like you to come here to talk to me to learn more, or to talk shit about Tash Peterson or that vegan teacher, and then in the process you learn a lot about animal rights, and you hopefully will watch the slaughterhouse videos that we post, and then you'll realize that shit, if I was in a slaughterhouse, I would hope that somebody would protest for me.
Yeah. I think a lot of it comes, like, I know you're drawing a lot of parallels with humans and other animals that are like intellectually lower, and obviously I know you're going to bring in the ableism argument now. Because I have been sitting in this stage for a while. But I think there is a distinction between humans and other animals, and even with humans that are mentally challenged or whatever, have disabilities. I think that there is actually still a distinction between that and for example, a cow or a sheep. Pigs are a little different. I do understand your argument with pigs. They are actually quite intelligent beings.
Well, so are
cows.
cows.
A lot of cultures do respect that.
No, but so are cows. Cows and chickens are intelligent beings. That's the thing. Like.
But they're not to the same extent.
So what? So what? I don't care.
Yeah. Well, look. I think saying that I don't care in a discussion is not.
I'm saying it's irrelevant.
A very good.
No. Because what I'm saying is, look, if there's a human, let's imagine two humans. They both have mental disabilities. One of them is only as smart as a pig. The other one is only as smart as a chicken. Should we stab the human who's only as smart as a chicken, but be nice to the human who's only as smart as a pig?
No. So what I was saying is there is still a distinction, not necessarily in intellect, but in our moral responsibility. And this is just purely my opinion, and I understand that you have a different opinion on this. But in my opinion, there is still a distinction, regardless of intelligence, with a human and an animal
Okay,
and
before
another animal.
before
Sorry,
you,
I don't want to say
that's
animal
fine.
because
That's
we
fine.
are animals.
Before you tell me what that is, I'm interested to know. But before you tell me what that trait is, I want to know if you're ever going to use intelligence as a justification to hurt animals again.
Well, not really. Well, I think that we need to make a distinction. Like with pigs, I find it a little more difficult myself to justify eating them because they are basically, like, I would consider them around the same level as dogs. I believe they're a little higher. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, pigs are
Um,
smarter than dogs. They're as smart as 3-year-old children.
Yeah. See, that's different to cows. I have grown up around cows
Okay.
and sheep.
Yeah. Hold
Because
on.
my
Hold on.
family are farmers and stuff.
Yeah, but hold on. Let's
And-
wait, real quick. Just let's say that then cows are only as smart as a 2-year-old. Like pigs are as smart as a 3-year-old. Okay, cows are as smart as a 2-year-old. What does this have to do with whether or not we put a bullet in their head?
Well, look, the thing that I find different between humans and other animals, and this includes, it's mostly to do with our emotional attachment, and I understand that you're emotionally attached to those animals, which is why you feel so strongly about protecting their rights.
Not so, I mean, look, I'm a dog person, okay? Like, I don't really have that big of a desire to hang out with chickens. I just don't want anybody to stab them. That's all, okay? You don't have to, like, really be an animal lover or anything. Just, like, don't hurt innocent victims. That's all we're saying. And so even if you don't have an emotional connection...
I understand.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I understand your argument. My biggest thought, honestly, is just the presentation of it, and that's probably my biggest criticism of the vegan movement, because I understand it. You have some really, really valid points, and we really should change a lot. And I really liked your point about the I think you called it multi-story farming or something similar. Where you talked about the skyscrapers that are farms. That sounds like an amazing idea, and I would definitely get behind that.
Yeah, that's called vertical.
Because,
vertical farming. There's videos of vertical farming on YouTube. It's really cool. But I just want to like make.
It sounds.
But like the thing is that like because I'm so passionate and I don't take no shit. I've reached 10 million people with the message of animal rights over the past decade. So. People do. This does resonate with a lot of people. We should be mad about animal cruelty. I have no shame about my anger. I am mad about human rights abuses and animal rights abuses, and I will not tolerate them. I will stand up against them till the day I die. I'm willing to die for these movements. Okay, and we're gonna win. But like, that stuff actually empowers people. Okay, not everybody. Sure, you might want me to just like be, let you whatever, do meatless Mondays or whatever. But look, if I was a passive vegan, I wouldn't be an activist for one, and also I wouldn't have had the courage to make a title like this. Meat should be illegal to bait a vegan YouTuber, right? That stuff draws eyeballs, man. That gets people like, what? They're gonna take away my meat? Well, I gotta stand up for my shit now, so they come in here, all right?
Oh yeah.
But if it's just like ask a vegan, like that's not as it's not like I mean it's still good, I'm not trying to bash that, but like it's not as clickbait, right? I gotta get people in here, so that's the whole point.
I think that this stage is actually really awesome, and it actually opens up a lot of discussion between a lot of different views, and I think that should be just something that's more important, like having a discourse like this just in general.
Yeah, for sure.
In our current world, it's really important, and that's not just about veganism. I mean, like about all sorts of issues.
Yeah, but what I want you to think about is the civil rights movement. Martin Luther King Jr. was arrested.
I understand.
Well, I'm going to make... Okay, I want to make sure the audience understands that MLK was arrested 27 times for protesting against racial segregation. And a lot of white racists really hated MLK, and even his white allies, other preachers, they told him while he was sitting in jail for protesting, they said, and his response to this is all in the letters from a Birmingham jail. MLK said, "Justice delayed is justice denied. You want me to be quiet, but that would ignore the urgency of the situation. That would be to just shrug off the injustice, and I will not do it. And so. The problem is not me, friend. The problem is that people are not taking this seriously, and I'm helping them to do that. And if it doesn't work, then I'm just going to take over with or without their help.
All right. Thanks for your time, mate. I got to go, but I might jump in tomorrow.
Okay, see ya.
Have a good one.